Alright, John Oaks here with Hexter's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location, and today we're going to go over this vehicle sitting beside me. It's a 1968 Ford Mustang Coupe, and it's a GT500 styled car, not a clone or anything like that. It's just got a few of the styling cues to give it that look. So obviously, as you can see, we've got a nice blue paint job on this car, kind of just a slight metallic blue on it there. You can see obviously it's got the white GT stripes up over the hood, up over the roof, and then when we get to the rear of the car, you'll see them on the rear deck lid and trunk as well. All the bright work, the bumpers, both front and rear, the chrome on those are really, really nice. You've got the lower body bright molding here too, that's nice. Of course, you see that GT500 striping along that bottom of the door there. Again, nice look for the car. The Cobra badging here on the front fenders as well, all of which to give it that Cobra look, and the air inlets here on the rear quarter panels, again, all just to complete that GT500 look. Now, as far as the hood goes, I'm not sure if you can see from the camera, but it does have the turn signals mounted inside the hood scoops. So that's a nice little feature. That way you're going to know exactly when those turn signals are on from the cockpit. The hood fits nice, doors, all of that all fit very well in the car. All your body lines match up. We do have both driver and passenger side mirrors. The chrome on these is in real good condition. Of course, the glass on the mirrors, that's in good condition too. Your side glass here too, again, nice condition on it. No chips or cracks on these windows here. All of your bright molding work around here is in really good shape. Your drip rail moldings here too, those are in nice shape, all polished up and nice and straight. Of course, moldings on the windshield, same thing there too. Now we'll go ahead and open up our door, take a look inside. First thing you're going to notice, it does have a bit of an aftermarket interior here. We got TMI front bucket seats. Again, super comfortable seats for in the front of one of these cars. You've got all the factory dash and factory instrumentation, including the 120-mile-an-hour speedo. Of course, you've got that rosewood style steering wheel there in there as well. Got a center console with the automatic floor shifter, and you do have, I believe it is a Kenwood CD player. Pioneer speakers in here too. You'll notice everything's black. You've got black carpeting, black door panels, and black headliner in the car. You've also got the front seat belts in there as well. I don't think that it has rear seat belts in it, but it does have the fronts in there as well. As far as your weather stripping and seals here in your openings, those are all in really good shape. Nice and soft. There's no rips or tears out of anything. Even your rubbers here for your quarter windows, those are all in great shape on this car. So we'll close this up and we'll continue around the car. Now the sides of this car, nice and straight. Again, the paint looks really well on the car. As we get to the rear, again, I mentioned you'd see these white stripes back here on the deck lid. So again, these are they actually feel, I think they're vinyl, so again, if anything ever happens to them, you're going to be able to replace them, no big deal there. Now as far as your rear window, again, it's a tinted glass. There's no chips or cracks in that. All of your bright molding around that window is all in good shape too. As we come to the actual tail panel of the car, all of your taillight bezels and your lenses, all of those are in good shape. Your chrome bumper down here, some of your bright work along the edge of the trunk lid, all of that is in really good shape. Of course, you've got the Cobra gas cap back here too. And then down below, you've got the rear lower valance here with the backup lights in there. Now we will go ahead and open up our trunk lid just to show you inside. Let's just hope we find the right key here. There we go. So obviously you see that the key does work, the lock works, the hinges and the spring for the trunk lid all work very well. As you can see, everything's holding itself up on its own. The underside of the trunk lid painted that same blue as the exterior of the car. The little rubber bump stops here are present, as well as your trunk weather stripping. Again, all in nice shape, nice and soft, and again, there's no chunks or tears or rips out of it. As far as your trunk itself goes, you've got a nice trunk mat, nice spare tire cover here. Also, again, there is a full-size spare in here. You've got the floor mats in here too. That'll go well inside the car. We just always like to keep those peeled out of the car to show you the condition of the carpeting when we go inside. So that's the trunk of this car. Close that up. There we go. And then we'll continue around the passenger side. So again, down the sides of the car, no problems. Nice and straight down the side. As far as wheels and tires, obviously you're going to notice that these are upgraded slightly. We've got 18, let me go like this, 18 by 8s up front here. We've got 18 by 10s on the rear. These are BF Goodrich G-Force tires here. As far as the size go, I can't remember what the exact size is, but they'll be in the ad for you to look at. But as far as the wheels go, of course, you can see those are chromed wheels. They are a Cobra 5-spoke style wheel. And as far as our doors and our glass here on the passenger side, again, all in good shape. Your gaps here on the passenger side are good. Elevation's good. All of your body lines all match up down the side of the car as well. I mentioned it had the mirrors on both sides. Now you get to see that side. All of your moldings here and your trim on the passenger side, all in very well condition. Let's go ahead and open this door up now. Just take a peek now from the passenger side. Again, you'll just notice from this side, there's TMI front bucket seats. The dash itself is in great shape. There's no cracks in the dash pad, no rips or tears or anything in any of the upholstery. And again, your center console is in very nice shape. We'll close this up. And we'll continue around to the front. Again, just the matching Cobra badges on the front fenders. And we get to the very front of the car. As I already mentioned, it's got the chrome bumper. It's got the black and chrome grille down here also. Of course, you got your bright work along the leading edge of the hood. It does have the hood pins in here too. Plus, it's got the regular hood latch. Again, you've got the GT style hood here. It does have the hood scoops. And we already mentioned it's got those turn signals mounted inside the hood scoops. As far as the hood fitment, you can see your gaps and elevations around the hood. Those all look well. As far as your windshield, again, no chips or cracks. Looks really good there. All of your bright work and molding around the hood is in good shape. You'll notice down below also you've got the black front air dam. And then for headlights, they've upgraded these. We've got the high intensity lights here, halos on those as well, just to give it a nice touch. So as I'm pulling the pins out of here, we're going to go ahead and get our hood opened up, and we'll talk to you a little bit about the engine. This is going to have a 302 motor in it, backed up with a C4 automatic transmission. So there you get to see the underside of the hood. Again, all painted blue underneath here. Of course, your engine compartment all blacked out. You've got all of your Cobra accessories here. You've got the Cobra aluminum air filter cover. You've got the Cobra valve covers here too. Of course, you've got the air conditioning unit here. Yes, it is an air conditioning car. You've got a stock style radiator here with a shroud, and of course your Flex Light fan blade there too to help cool everything. Now this is a power brake and power steering car. Now in the steering, you've got a power rack and pinion, so that's been upgraded. The brakes is power disc on the front and drums on the rear of the car. As far as carburetor, this is a Holley 650. Underneath that, we've got an aluminum Edelbrock intake. And as far as your ignition, looks like they've gone ahead and upgraded your wires. These are a good set of 7mm plug wires to help deliver the spark to the engine. So again, we've kind of been over that motor. Like I said, C4 automatic transmission on this car. And then the rear end, it is an 8-inch Ford on the back of this thing, but it does have a POSI unit installed in it, 323 gear for you to get you down the highway there. So that is pretty much it. We've been through the outside of the car. We've been inside now, under the hood, in the trunk. So the next thing we have to do now is get it on our lift, show you the underside of this vehicle, and then lastly, fire this 302 up and let you hear exactly what it sounds like. So that's what we'll get to next. All right, so we are underneath our 1968 Ford Mustang GT500 style car here. We're going to go through the underside as we do with all of our vehicles, starting from the front, working our way to the back, going over all of the steering, suspension, braking components, all the drive line, and of course the frame and the floors. So as far as the suspension goes on this 68 Mustang here, you're going to have pretty much all your stock factory style suspension. Your upper and lower control arms, that's all factory style stuff. Now these do all look pretty new up front here, so it looks like they've been replaced. All the ball joints and your sway bar end links and so forth, those look to be all new and have been replaced, so all of that stuff obviously is going to be in great condition. Of course, with the front suspension on our 68 Mustang, it is the strut rod style front suspension. It does have that sway bar, your sway bar bushings there at the frame, and I already mentioned at the sway bar end links are all good. As far as the steering goes on this has been upgraded as far as the steering goes. It's got power rack and pinion steering. All of our tie rods, the ball joints on all of those are all in good shape. All the little rubber dust boot covers, those are all intact on this too. And while we're up front here, as far as the brakes go, this is a power brake car as well. It does have disc brakes up front, and of course drum brakes out on the rear of the vehicle. Now sticking to the front end here, we're going to go over the drive line now for you. Now this is a 302 small block Ford motor. We've got that backed up by a C4 automatic transmission. This does have the flywheel cover on it, so that's going to help protect that flywheel from any dirt and debris getting in there and possibly chipping a tooth or so. As far as your transmission mount, the cross member here, that's in great shape. The actual mount for the transmission's in good shape too. Your seal at the back of the transmission, nice and dry. The pan on the transmission as well as the motor, those are nice and dry also. As far as our drive shaft, this is a balanced drive shaft, so that'll help eliminate a lot of the vibrations that you might feel along that drive line. And then the rear end, this is a Ford 8-inch, it is a POSI unit in here, 323 gear. As far as the rear suspension, you can see it's got the multi-leaf rear suspension, just a regular set of gas shocks back here, and then we've already mentioned the drum brakes on this car as well. Now, as far as the frame and the floors go, the frame looks to be in really good shape on this thing, nice and straight all the way back, no dents or dings in it. As far as the floors go, the floors, as you can see in the camera, those look really good too. Now it does appear as though it's had a couple of floors put in it, maybe the fronts here, but they're all the correct metal, correct floor pans. All of the rain boots, the water boots, those are all intact here, the drain plugs for it, and they've actually welded and seam sealed these floors in. So they've done a really good job of replacing the floors. And again, they're old cars, some of these things do go bad on them. So again, they have used all the correct stuff in this car and done it correctly too. Now it's got the e-brake all hooked up on it, all the way from the front to the back. All of your fuel lines and brake lines are run along the bottom of the car right next to the pinch welds, which those, by the way, are nice and straight on both sides. Your rockers are in good shape too. Now as far as the exhaust work, you can see we've got the long tube headers here, the dual exhaust, you've got your crossover pipe right here. Of course, we've got a set of dual Flowmaster mufflers, so that should give this motor a real nice tone to it whenever you're on the gas. And then we've got the tailpipes that go up over top of the rear end housing, and then they exit out the rear of the car just right underneath that rear bumper. The fuel tank here, this thing looks to be pretty new. There's no dents or dings in it. It's all the mounting hardware and everything's in great shape. And as far as your trunk floor, well, with the Mustangs, those fuel tanks mount in from the top side, and that makes up a majority of your floor. So if that fuel tank's new or newer, your trunk floor for the most part is going to be in great shape. Again, the rest of all the metal around that looks to be in really good condition too. The only thing left to go over is wheels and tires on this car. Of course, it's had upgraded wheels and tires. We've got 18/8s on the front, and then we've got 18x10s out on the back of the car. These are a chrome Cobra wheel here, 5-spoke wheel. And as far as the tires on it, They've got 235/40 18s on the front, and then 275/35 18s on the back. And I believe those are, let me just take a quick peek here. These are going to be, I believe, BF Goodrich tires. These are the G-Force Sport Comp 2s. So again, a real nice tire, nice low profile, nice tread pattern on it. This thing should grip the road very, very well. So with that said, we'll go ahead now and drop this off the lift. We'll go underneath the hood, start this motor up, and let you hear what it sounds like.